Hello and welcome to Pub and Fig. In this video, I'm going to go over everything you need to know before you watch Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I will only be using these projects as reference, so there will be no spoilers from the trailers nor the marketing. Not only am I going to summarize the events that Doctor Strange has gone through, but I'm also going to go over the current state of the MCU magic system and also go over the multiverse element and everything we know solely based on the previous movies and series. So, without further ado, let's review. We first meet Dr. Stephen Strange in his appropriately titled movie, Doctor Strange, where we learn he is a surgeon who lost the ability to use his hands after an accident, has been searching for any means of fixing them, and finally travels upon Kamartaj. In his time there, he learns general magic and the functionality of the Time Stone before being caught up in helping the Ancient One fend off Caecilius and other sorcerers pulling from the Dark Dimension and wanting to bring Dormammu to Earth. Dormammu being this being from a realm beyond time and wants to take over everything. Strange fights off Dormammu in the Dark Dimension while using the Time Stone to create a time loop. This never-ending time loop goes on for an unknown amount of time relative to Strange, but it could have gone on for years, giving him even more practice before Dormammu finally gave up and promised to leave. With the Ancient One deceased and Strange with large amounts of magical experience, he became the Sorcerer Supreme and the protector of the Sanctum Sanctorum, which is located in New York. Other than his own movie, he is in Thor Ragnarok, Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, and Spider-Man No Way Home. His role in Ragnarok is very minimal, but he's one of the most important characters in Infinity War because Thanos wants the Eye of Agamotto as it houses the Time Stone, one of the 6 Infinity Stones. After being brought to Titan with Iron Man and Spider-Man and meeting some of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Strange uses the Time Stone to look into many possible futures in order to find a winning outcome.
14,605,000.
How many did we win?
1.
In order for that, he had to sacrifice the Time Stone, let Thanos collect it and the last Infinity Stone, snap away half of all sentient life in the universe, and have the remaining Avengers discover time travel and bring everybody back 5 years later. Because Strange was a part of the half that was blipped, as the term became to be,
they called it the blip.
The title of Sorcerer Supreme was picked up by Wong due to his absence and still has that role when we see them in No Way Home, which is about a year after Endgame and set in late 2024. So far, the magic system seems to be mostly organized by color, and it does seem to be that simple to understand. And before you think magic has not been that well established in the MCU, let me just go ahead and give you the rundown of all of the things that magic has been involved in. Thor, Avengers, Thor the Dark World, Avengers Age of Ultron, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I'll get to that one, Thor Ragnarok, Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, WandaVision, Loki, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, What If, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Moon Knight. Orange and purple have been the most popular colors when it comes to magic, and orange seems to be the most general and versatile. We see orange magic being used by sorcerers, such as Strange and Wong, and that one alien in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Magic can also be integrated into technology and mystical artifacts like the Eye of Agamotto or the Cloak of Levitation, and the orange magic itself can be seen in items such as some of the artifacts in Kamartaj and the weapons in Ta Lo, that magical place in Shang-Chi where they also use orange magic. I used to think Asgardian magic was orange as well, since it also integrated with their tech, but that seems to be our exposure to yellow magic, and color-wise is more similar to what we see with the Eternals and Celestials, so I think yellow is more of a godly magic.
Small G, son.
Blue seems to be similar to orange as far as its simplicity is concerned, but we have only seen it with the witches in the WandaVision flashback, so there is not much of a reference for what exactly makes blue special. Now purple, on the other hand, is always some form of dark magic. In Doctor Strange, dark magic is being pulled from the Dark Dimension, which is full of purple. WandaVision and Moon Knight's antagonists use purple magic as well. Agatha Harkness seems to pull her power either from the Darkhold or other dark means, and Arthur Harrow from his alligator cane gifted from Amit. The cloud monster in Loki, Alioth, is rather pinkish but seems to fit with this purple trend. And lastly, there's the Dweller in the Darkness, or the Mega Soul Sucker, that we see in Shang-Chi. To put it simply, purple magic has always been used as a color to signify evil and evil magic being used. So if you see someone using this purple magic, just know you should immediately be able to tell where they fall on the good guy, bad guy spectrum. Now as for green magic, we've only seen 4 people use it. Loki, I am ignoring all but one of his variants, Frigga, and Hela. I like to call this a summoning magic, since Loki and Frigga mainly use it for illusions or holographic projections, and Hela and Loki use it to summon weapons like swords or daggers. There is also an enchanting subset to Green, as we see Loki cause Valkyrie to relive a memory and to kind of peep in learning about it, and Sylvie, his female variant, takes this to an extreme to allow mind control as well. Essentially, Green is a summoning magic where illusions can be formed, weapons can be made, and minds can be manipulated via using memories. Finally, we have Red, which is chaos magic, which is also Wanda's entire gimmick. Agatha lays this out towards the end of WandaVision, and I'll just let her read it herself.
The Scarlet Witch is not born, she is forged. She has no coven, no need for incantation. Your power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme. It's your destiny to destroy the world.
Wanda is the Scarlet Witch here, one of those once in a fill-in-the-blank situations, and her chaos magic is so innately strong that Doctor Strange and Wong would have an enormous challenge if she ever became a problem. What does chaos magic even do exactly? Well, Wanda was able to take over the entire town of Westview, somehow live a sitcom-y life, mind control everyone in it and some of those outside of it, and create living people as seen in her boys Billy and Tommy. This magic requires no incantation, meaning Wanda just simply has to think. So this magic is probably the most powerful form of magic we have seen so far as brute strength and just being able to use the will go. Now, just to summarize all of these forms of magic real quick, orange and blue are the most general magic, purple is dark magic, green can summon things, and red is chaos magic. And magic can be imbued in artifacts, such as we see with Mjolnir, Stormbreaker, the Cloak of Levitation, the Eye of Agamotto, which still exists despite Thanos crushing it as we see Strange wear it in No Way Home, it just doesn't have the Time Stone anymore, and the Darkhold that Wanda possesses and is learning from at the end of WandaVision. So far, the projects that tie into the multiverse and similar random realmy stuff like that are Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man Far From Home, Loki, What If, and Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, note that timelines and universes are not the same thing, but a branching timeline could begin the formation of a new universe. It's pretty messy, so I won't really touch on it further, at least not here. In Doctor Strange, the Ancient One gives Strange a vision of things beyond his universe, such as other realms, dimensions, and universes with completely different rules. So far, all we know about similar spaces are parallel universes, the Dark Dimension, the Quantum Realm, and Ta Lo. In Loki and What If, a key concept is the idea of variances, which are alternate versions of characters from other universes and timelines. Some look and sound the same, but others do not. Also in Loki, we were introduced to the TVA, or the Time Variance Authority, an organization outside of the multiverse that sought to prevent branching timelines and variants beyond the sacred timeline. We learned the reason for this was to prevent multiversal conquerors from existing, such as the variants of He Who Remains or Infinity Ultron. However, this organization was dismantled, allowing for the existence of limitless possibilities, such as Captain Carter, T'Challa Star-Lord, and that power-hungry Ultron variant. Now, Mysterio made up his multiverse origin in Spider-Man Far From Home, but Peter gets to see it truly exists when he and Strange accidentally break some of reality, bringing in other Spider-Man variants and their villains. They did solve this issue by making everyone forget who Peter Parker is, and this movie is great. If you have not watched it, please do. But this event could have some long-term ramifications since it exposed this universe to the multiverse at large. It is interesting to note that Multiverse of Madness was supposed to come out before No Way Home, but that's just a fun little nugget you can just keep in the back of your head. Now, before you go, please comment down below what you thought about this before you watch summary, or just list what your preferred magic type is, looking at just the MCU magic. And if you thought this video was really good, please share it to other people or give it a like so that other people can find this video, despite the algorithm. And if you want to see more content from this channel, just like this video or even a few other types, please check out the rest of the channel, consider subscribing, and possibly even joining the Discord server. It would be great to see you there. Anyways, that is all. Sayonara.